Hello Cancer, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they are feeling and thinking towards you currently. For some of you, this may be a relationship that has happened in the past. For others of you, this could be a situationship. For a small portion of you, this could be someone who you've met and you know there's a whole lot of energy, but no one's really speaking up. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have, and I have certain reasons for that. At the end of the reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. So, you have here awakening followed by illusion, love, selfhood, compassion. After compassion, we have betrayal. Then we have surrender, synthesis, rhythms under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Cancer, I have now come to the realization that what I've done is wrong. I understand that now. Before I didn't. Before I would take everything for granted. All the love, all the beauty, everything that you ever gave to me. But now I'm finally starting to see things differently. I've had an awakening moment. This situation that we have been in, now I'm finally able to see and put myself into your shoes and see things from your perspective. But even though I see this, even though I know this, I still hide behind a false mask, behind a veil. Because I don't want you to know what it is that I truly feel. I have come to the realization that I am in love with you. And yet I hide all of this. To you it may seem as if I've kept my distance. And I'm not really engaging with you. I'm not talking to you much. But the truth is that I don't want you to know that I have these feelings for you. Because it scares me. It makes me feel almost embarrassed and weak. Do I love you? Yes, I do. Do I have the courage to tell you? No, I don't. And the reason why is I'm very intimidated by you now. Because of the things that I have done in this connection, the betrayal that I have done, you have now moved on. I see you as somebody who has changed, somebody who has adapted, but you are also more guarded and closed off than before. This is how I view you. This is how I see you. You were not like this before, but you have reacted to the actions that I have taken. And now to me it seems as if you are just someone who has moved on. You are thriving. You're self-sufficient, self-reliant, independent. You don't need me. You don't need anybody. I see that a lot of things have changed. I also feel that in this connection, there is a sense of sympathy, empathy, and compassion. I don't, at least right now, I don't regret, but I do acknowledge what I've done, that I've put you on the spot in a very awkward and difficult situation. And I feel for you. I've come to the realization that this is what I've done to you. And I also have compassion because I have betrayed you. You thought you knew me. You thought you could predict certain things that I would say or do. And it turns out, no, you never really knew me at all. You thought you did. Now, there is an issue where we have betrayal. There's a lack of trust. There's a lack of faith. This is the reason why I hide behind a false mask, behind a veil, because I have betrayed you. I also feel the sense of surrender, that in this connection, in my heart, I have surrendered myself to you, my mind, my body, and my heart. There's a feeling that I belong to you and you belong to me. And it's hard not to think of you. A while ago, there used to be a very beautiful connection where there was peace and harmony once, but now that's lost. I want to restore that peace and harmony. I know it's difficult. There are certain things that I've hidden in the shadows of this forest. And a part of me wants to open up to you now and talk to you about certain things that I've hidden deep down inside, things that I never truly told you about or confided in. These are secrets. Some of these things may hurt you. Overall, no matter where I go, no matter what I do, no matter who I disguise myself as, there's something that happens in my life. I'm doing my own thing, but something happens where I always end up thinking about you. You are like a rhythm, and this connection is like a rhythm. 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. That boom is you. A constant reminder of what we are, of what we can be, what the potential is. Yes, I want to reach out to you, and I've realized now what I've done, but I am quite embarrassed for the things that I've done, and I feel very intimidated. Do I love you? Yes, I do. Am I able to reach out to you? No, I'm not. Because I have betrayed you. And I don't know how I can face you. All right. Cancer. You have a situation here where the person has realized this, but the one thing I don't like about this connection right now, this person did not have the guilt card come up. So you see, sure, you can have compassion for somebody and you can feel sympathy and even empathy because someone has really done wrong to the other. But when we have these two, betrayal followed by compassion, What is the use of having someone who has betrayed you and all they have is compassion? What you need here is the card grief. So this person needs to feel that in order to literally move on in this connection. They need to feel that grief. Because from grief, then we learn the lesson. And when we learn the lesson, we are then wiser. And then later we have strength to reach out again. But there is no use getting into a connection where the person has not regretted what they have done. Because then they will do it again. Alright, for those of you who are new, the first set of cards I just read, that is the current status. And here, I'll be going through the deck that's called the Lover's Path Tarot. This I like to read in the reverse, and also I go a little bit into the past to see what happened in the first place. So things were going great at one point. Then they went uphill, but all of a sudden they just kind of plummeted. Everything just went downhill from there. What happened? Your person of interest may have ghosted you. They may have just faded over time. They may have, like I said, in a sense betrayed you, and you don't know what happened. Why did they feel like this, or why did they do this? Now, hopefully this will provide you with a little bit of clarity and some guidance. If you haven't gotten closure, maybe this might help. So these are certain things that this person was going through, what they were thinking when they were going through their own sort of issues. We have here the Princess. So we have somebody very youthful. The Princess of Cups. So you were dealing with somebody who had given an empty offer or an invitation. This was an enticing invitation, but when the invitation was accepted, it seemed to be that the offer was completely empty. Fickleness or immaturity of affection. Inconsistent or unreliable messages, ambivalence and codependence. So you are dealing with somebody who was very fickle, who was very immature if they tried to show their affection. They were also not reliable, and there was inconsistency and unreliable messages. So even when they were communicating with you, they may have said one thing and done the other. When they were communicating with you, they may have been inconsistent. They may have promised you certain things, but they were unreliable. Here we also have ambivalence and codependence. So that does show, because of the youthfulness of this card, it does indicate that there was a sense of codependence in this connection. We also have here the Ace of Arrows. All right. Wow, this talks about a lot. Whew. Wisdom, understanding, and intelligence. This talks about the incisive powers of the heart. Clarity and good judgment were needed. Truth was needed. This could have been the beginning of a cycle of intellectual growth, but it was not. Because here there was a lack of wisdom, there was a lack of understanding, and a lack of intelligence. There was need for self-thought, self-recrimination, and there was a rejection of their own personal power, and they were blaming others because they were very confused. What I'm seeing here is you're dealing with somebody who is very cold and distant, and they thought they knew what they were doing, but it turns out that they were very inexperienced. They may have seemed to be more like a queen or a king, but they ended up being more like a page. So this is not a you problem, this is a them problem, and what I'm seeing here is because they were very fickle and they had this immaturity in them, and they lack that wisdom and lack that understanding, you are dealing with somebody either by years they're younger than you, or they are immature, or they're just simply inexperienced. But any of these could be the case. What I'm seeing here is a situation where this is not the type of person that can be in a long-term committed relationship. End of story. That's what I see here. Because this is not the type of individual who would be able to commit. Why? Because they're unreliable. They're inconsistent. They are not wise. They're not intelligent when it comes to relationships. So it appears that they may have seemed like this on the outside, on the surface. It may have seemed that this is the type of person this is, but it turns out they're totally different. All right. I have here the Beginner's Tarot. So here I have a look at any action, any plans, any intentions your person of interest has towards you. Wow, there is some struggle here. Cancer, you're dealing with somebody who not only is youthful in a way, but they also have an issue where they don't feel they're good enough in this connection. Financially, materialistically, they feel that their resources have been depleted, or they never had any from the beginning, just to start off with. They never had certain resources and materialistic things that they could offer you. Now this makes them feel inadequate. Also, they feel that they're emotionally sterile. They don't have a lot of emotions, and they don't have a lot of emotions to give. So they feel that they cannot give to you in this connection the things that you truly want. They feel it though. They don't like what they're feeling. But they know that they are unable to give you things emotionally. They know that they are unable to be there for you in that sort of way, and also take care of you. Now, you may not need somebody to take care of you. Financially, you may be well off. But this person feels that it's their responsibility, that they also have to have that equal give and take in the connection. They want to provide. They want to be that person who can support you as well. They don't feel good enough. They feel neglected and rejected in their own ways. Sometimes people do this to themselves. This person's feeling and acting like the victim right now. They feel like this. And it's because they don't feel very encouraged. They're very, I'm seeing the word pessimistic right now. We also have here the High Priestess. So with the High Priestess, it talks about how there is this information that the person has in their heart and their mind. They feel that they can move on, that something is going to happen in this connection. Things will move forward in this connection. They feel this. There's a desire and a hope for this, but they are not making a sound about it. They're not saying anything. We also have a silent hope, the Wheel of Fortune. So this talks about how in this connection there's a desire to actually move forward. And when we talk about moving forward, what do we mean? Your person of interest now is getting to the point where they have this understanding that by letting go, sometimes things may come to them. This is how they feel. They don't want to rush anything in the universe. They feel that the universe has got their back, and that no matter what happens, someday, some way, we will meet again. This is how they feel. This is what they're feeling for you right now. And they feel that fate and destiny, fortune, is lining up. And with that alignment, it's supposed to be in your favor. That's what they feel. We also have here the Chariot. So with the Chariot, this does talk about being pulled by desire. So there is a lot of desire here in this connection. And your person of interest has to make a decision. They need to make a choice. The choice is you. There's no doubt about that. And this is a very abrupt decision. It's sort of more in a rush. But what's interesting about this card is that it does talk about making a decision but rushing into it. And also not being able to control the speed, to control the passion. What I'm seeing here is there is a lot of desire. self-control. I'm seeing the word. This person's trying to practice self-control. This is it, right? They're keeping their distance here. They're trying to do what they can do, but they feel depleted. They are keeping quiet. They're waiting for the universe, and they are taking action. They're coming back into your life. But the problem here is, because we have somebody that's going through these phases, it's important you take a step back and you set the pace and you take it slow in this connection. We have here the 10 of Swords. So with this person feels they've been stabbed in the back by 10 swords. They're down. And this is an issue that this person has gone through. They realize that certain things have happened to them. And it's devastating for them because they had desired and wanted something else. And what ended up happening is something that was completely different. They had left for some time. The grass was not greener on the other side during their explorations. And then they decided to have a U-turn. They came back. But by the time they came back, these 10 swords had just gone right into them and they are on the ground. And a part of them is regretting it. Although now this person actually feels that they have seen the world. They feel that they have actually experienced certain things that they never could have experienced before. And they're feeling that they've learned a lot more. They have understood a lot more than what was there before. They've been there, done that. That's the sort of feeling and attitude I'm seeing from this person. So Cancer, in this particular one, do I see them taking action towards you? Just honestly, just the Chariot card. I see them making a decision and hoping for you. You are the person that they hope for. That's what I see here. So even if they do come back into your life, I would say that the both of you can't be in that chariot rushing. You're going to have to just take it slow, take it easy, and take it one day at a time. Don't rush anything, because this is still somebody who is very fickle, right? Somebody very young. There's a princess. So with that, you need the queen, then you need the king. So that way, it's important to allow yourself to set the pace, to teach this person whatever lesson they need to learn, but they can only do that if they have your guidance. And it is important for you to guide them because they don't have anybody else that they want to listen to, and they don't trust anybody else either. They trust you. All right, just going to do a quick prayer. All right, we have here abundance. Followed by choose a new direction. Then we have no. Within a few months. No. Ask your angels. Okay, cards just fell down. It's pretty unique. One card fell down and it fell upright, and that is definitely meant for you. Cancer, something is happening here. Do not shoot the messenger. I'm just the messenger. This is a situation now where it's not so good because the angels are not happy with this. This is a very clear and direct message that I'm seeing. Here they're talking about how you are going to be receiving abundance. And by the way, I didn't mention, but these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel, and Uriel. Abundance. There's going to be some sort of abundance that's going to come to you. Now, this could be monetary. This could be even love related. Here we also have choose a new direction. So what's interesting about this particular one, when you choose a new direction, this could also indicate, this card also can mean that choosing a different method of approach. So by choosing a new direction, this still means that the destination is still the same. but the way to get there may be different. So choose a new direction. The reason why this came up is because you are not choosing a new direction, because you have been doing the same thing. So there's not a lot of change, there's not a lot of progress, and therefore, by choosing a new direction, you may actually have a better chance at succeeding in this connection, or even something that's supposed to be happening in your life in terms of abundance. You will be receiving that. Here we have no with an exclamation mark. Within the next few months, no. So some of you may have been thinking this is going to happen around the next few months. What I am definitely seeing here is that is not the case. The angels here are saying no, not within the next few months, no. It's really, it's really clear here. There's no with an exclamation mark, we have that, and then we have no. So certain periods of time, we sometimes think that this time is meant for us, or it's going to happen at this time. We make these plans, these ideas, right? And it usually doesn't turn out the way that we had hoped for. We also have here that things will work out, but it's not going to be within the next few months. That's what this also means. They do want you to ask your angels. They want you to be a bit more spiritual than you already are and connect with your angels through the higher power, the source, the light, the one holy light, the holy light of God. Do connect with your angels and ask your angels about certain things that may have happened in this connection. How can you heal from it? How can you choose that new direction? What is that new direction? Where should you be headed? What type of approach can you use moving forward? Because the reason why, Cancer, unlikely certain things in this connection are going to turn out the way that you wanted them to. So something is going to happen, and whatever's going to happen is going to be different. It's not going to be something that you had thought of. It's not going to be very easy for you to deal with. It's going to be a complicated situation. Here I can only say expect the unexpected. And we have here, once again, meditation brings answers. So we have here, ask your angels. So yes, you can ask your angels, but we also have meditation brings answers. So this means, again, that they want you to connect with your inner self, with your higher self. This is your soul speaking to you, the body / the spirit. We have meditation, which could be about 21 minutes minimum. That's what Angel Fakul has told me. And that's my angel guide. You can read a little bit about her on my website, on the homepage. So meditation, 21 minutes and 2 to 3 minutes minimum for a prayer, but you really, really should mean it. Now, that's when these sort of things actually tend to come through, and they come true only when you have put that full intention inside of it. So overall, what I'm seeing here is, yes, abundance will be given to you eventually in your life, but it's important for you to finally choose a new direction. Choose a different path, a different way to reach to that destination. If you approach this person in a particular way, they're saying here to think about that twice and to try a different method of approach. Some of you may have been wanting this to happen within the next few months. They are saying no, it's most likely the type of connection you want is unlikely going to occur within the next few months. This is simply because you're dealing with somebody who's very young and youthful. Even if they're older in years, they still have this energy, and I do feel that it's important you take a step back and you take it easy. You let this person know that, you know what, I'm not going to rush things. You do what you need to do in order to have that better understanding, in order to become more wise. This is something you're going to have to do with this person because you're dealing with someone who's very fickle, very immature. They haven't truly matured, right? That's a problem. And that's your reading, guys. It was actually very short and to the point for me. This is a little shorter than usual, but you got all the information you needed. It's not the quantity, it's the quality. So there you go. You guys got a lot of information in this one. Also, for those of you who are new, I have another channel called Asnointia Audio. On that channel, you will see I have some videos related to relationship-related advice, as well as spiritual connections. What and who are spiritual connections? What and who are twin flames, soulmates, karmic partners? I also have one on negative energies. What and who are negative energies? Also, for those of you that may be feeling that there are negative energies around you, in your home, around your aura, inside of your chakra centers, which is inside your body, feel free to have a look at my website, www.asnointia.com. And there you will see I have the rates and packages section. I have one that is called the Chakra Checkup, and that is a personalized reading. I also have a few more. One is called the Holy Light Package, and one is also for generational curse removal. So a family generational curse, if you have that, if you feel you have that. It's a very simple method. Also, I do past life readings for some of you. The majority of these readings are always past life related. So feel free to have a look at the description. Place an order if you wish that is something that you would like to see. I do get into the details about what the history is between the both of you and how that is affecting you in this particular situation, the way you are. Also, I am open right now for love readings. If you want a love reading, I can provide that to you as well. All right. You all take care. Stay safe. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys again. Bye now.